Hey there, everybody. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Making this video because it's my due diligence and it's part of me giving back. Um, Definitely gonna be starting this every year around the holidays. It's really difficult, and it brings me to a place where I was sitting in rehab in 2017, spending my Christmas with 140 other guys that were all in the same, many different situations, just as mine. Being lost and forgotten, a drug addict, a drunk, an abuser, someone that's been abused. The lost, and if you go here, you'll be found. I wanted to talk about the Salvation Army and the Adult Rehabilitation Center. Excuse me. The Adult Rehabilitation Center, also known as the ARC. This is their website for the one that I went to in Jacksonville, Florida, off of Beach Boulevard. And this place saved my life, and it really it did so much for me. Someone that was in their addiction and completely at rock bottom, was homeless and lost and living in abandoned houses and jumping from couch to couch and really just going through it, and literally living in abandoned houses, and my family was less than a mile away. But you can't go be around them because no one wants to be around you when you're like that. I needed help, and my family was done with me, and I really had to do something for myself. So I put myself in a detox and ended up in Jacksonville in a detox, trying to seek help for myself. I ended up getting a hold of Michelle Green at this location on Beach Boulevard in Jacksonville, and I wanted to talk about some of this. Hopefully you've been reading this. If you know anybody that's suffering from homelessness, addiction, alcoholism, whatever, and they have nowhere to go, and they might have a glimmer of light when it comes to faith with Jesus Christ, you can survive this, and you can do this, and you can better yourself. I did it. So hopefully you're reading a little bit of this that's on the page here, and I want to go over the highlighted areas, these questions, and I can answer these for you because I've gone through this. And the first one is, do ARC participants know they will be participating in work therapy as part of their rehabilitation? So what that means is this. You go into the program, you live in a huge building with 130, 140 other guys. You have your own bed, you're on a 5-6 man room, a dorm. You use like locker room style showers and stuff like that, big showers. But when you go into this program, you are going to work. It's a store that essentially live in a huge building next to the thrift store, the Salvation Army, and they have constant flow of donations coming through there that people got to go through and sort. And some people work the donation centers and take the donations from people, and it's you have to, part of your therapy and your recovery is you stay busy and you work. You have to fill your time with activities and stay moving and be positive. So when you go into this program, you're going to get paid a few dollars a week. I believe for me it started off like at $8 or something like that a week, and you go up $1 a week. You get a little bit of money for some cigarettes and, you know what I mean, some soda or whatever it is that your vice is. You can smoke cigarettes, tobacco, but obviously alcohol is absolutely prohibited, and you will breathalyze before you go back into the building every single time. Just putting that out there. So part of your recovery is you're going to work. You wake up in the morning early and you'll go to assembly and everybody will get into a big meeting and you'll eat breakfast and not in that order, but you'll eat breakfast and then go into our main meeting in the morning and you'll get your work detail and you'll know where you're going. Or after you've been there for a while, it'll just be the same thing day after day. But it gives you structure and you make a little bit of money to be able to survive off the little things that you need. All right, so the second question, how much of the Salvation Army ARC program is work therapy? A good majority of it. You work Monday through Friday. You'll get a day off. I believe I had one or 2 days off a week, depending on with the holidays and stuff that was going on. But you work your schedule. You have 2 shifts of people in the mornings, and then you have people that will cover you when you're done with yours in the morning into the afternoon and the closing. I personally ran one of the donation centers and dealt with customers and people donating stuff all day, every day. I took in donations and had my guys arrange the bins so that everything went to where it was supposed to go to accordingly. And that was just my job. I had a lot of different jobs in there, but man, you get to pilfer through a bunch of stuff and go through stuff, and you get to see a bunch of crazy stuff that people donate: cars, houses, property, boats. It's really amazing what people do to help those guys there at that particular location. Those donations are what keep that building going. And them guys getting food donations and all of the shower products, everything that runs this program is based off of donations completely. So the next question, that question, work therapy is a huge part of it, and you're going to stay busy and you're not going to sit around and be able to dwell on your mistakes. That's for sure. The next question, are the people in the Salvation Army ARC program paid for their work? So the employees in the store are paid at their hourly wages or whatever. The people in the store that just work regular retail, or that's their gig. Now the house guys that live in the building and stay and live there all the time, yeah, they make a paycheck, but they also live there, and they haven't worked out with that on the house guys' wages. I'm not really into the particulars of that, but the house guys that live on the property and help with the day in, day out activities and stuff and keep some kind of order in that building, Pat, James, Steve, all of those guys that were there at the ARC in Jacksonville, thank you for doing what you did for me while I was there and giving me structure and keeping a tight order. So when it comes to the pay and stuff, the people in the retail store get paid. We get paid our little money a week, and the house guys get theirs. And yeah. Next question: Do Salvation Army ARC program graduates go on and hold jobs? Yes. So you do 181 days is the program. Once you graduate, you're able to go get an outside job or wherever. If you get on the bus and go to wherever, you can go wherever and work. And then when you're done with your shift, you can come back and live in the dorm there. They charge you a little bit of rent. And you get a private dorm, like with one or maybe by yourself, 1 or 2 people or by yourself. Once you get into a private dorm and you start paying a little bit different rent, and since you have an outside job and now you're making money, you can do that, and you're taking care of yourself, and you're on the road to probably moving into a sober house if you're continuing to stay sober. So at this point, you're working an outside job, you graduated the program, you could still live there, I believe it's a month, 2 months, something like that. Don't quote me, but it's been 2017 since I've been there, but yeah. So a lot of people do go on to hold jobs and do good, but hey, we're a place full of recovering addicts. So the downfall and the people that don't make it through are very high, and the ones that make it through are very low, if you ask me. I've lost so many friends or so many acquaintances from this program over the years. It's sick. Next question. Do the people in the ARC program have to pay the Salvation Army? So if you're in the program, no, you don't pay anything. You go there, you work, do your work therapy, you live there, they feed you, they give you a whole smorgasbord of clothes. You're allowed to have an inventory that's structured with a certain amount of dress clothes, church clothes. You get a suit, you get nice shoes, and you're allowed to get different stuff as the season comes. You get a bunch of shorts and a bunch of pants, and you're allowed to get new stuff. You just got to make sure you keep your inventory correct, and whatever they say you're allowed to have, you're allowed to have. There's no, absolutely, I repeat, no cell phones at all in this. People were smuggling those in and trying to use them, and that was the first tell sign that somebody wasn't serious about the program. If you're going into this, you don't need a cell phone. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff on the outside. You need to worry about what's going on with you and deal with that first and foremost, because trying to talk to all those other things going on out there on Facebook or people back home, that's why you were in there, because you were messing with those people. You really got to work on yourself and figure this out and get that old shit out of the way. If they were your friends, you will figure it out. In this 181 days in this program, you're going to figure out who the hell you are if you're taking this seriously, because I did. I needed this. I wanted this. I had to have this sobriety. And now we're sitting in 2024 almost, and I'm still clean. So God is good, man. I just want you guys to know that this video isn't for nothing, and I really hope that someone reaches out about this. So how are the next question it asks, how are the thrift stores connected to the ARC? So like I said, this is all based on donations. We don't get donations. If they don't get donations, we don't stay open, and none of these services can happen. This program doesn't exist anywhere. These ARCs are all over the United States, and I urge you to look into them if you're having an issue with addiction. This is them. I graduated from this, and you can donate any of this stuff: the clothing, furniture, automobiles, household goods, appliances, cars. You can donate anything. I urge you to go to this website if you know anybody. I'll put the link in the description. This is the one that I was at. 10900 Beach Boulevard, Jacksonville, Florida. If you want to call them, there's the number. I'm not going to hit call. That's up to you. You hit that call button right there. You see it on my screen. I'm showing you. You hit that call button to that number. It will change your life. Especially if you're open to Jesus Christ. Spiritually, this place and this time in my life, 2017 was a great year for me, because I ended up getting clean. I hope that maybe this will help somebody. I was at work on Friday, and I was talking to a coworker, and I just told him, "Hey man, it's that eggnog Christmas season. It's that time to have some eggnog." Spiked it a little bit, and I was like, and he was like, "Oh no, brother, I don't drink." And I was like, "That's really funny. I was just joking. I don't drink either." And he was really. He's like, "Yeah." So we were sharing our sobriety dates and what we had been through a little bit, and it was, you look at each other a little bit different, because you're brothers, man. In sobriety, you're brothers. There's not many people out there that fight that war with you. To be able to look at another man and know that they went through it too, and his battle was with addiction and alcohol, and yeah, man. You guys let me know if you need any help with this. But, yep, this is my breakdown of the ARC, Salvation Army. You guys get you some. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.